Good morning. Boom. How is everyone? I hope you are staying golden. Who loves the Golden Girls? I do. I wanted to jump on here because we just finished an amazing 4-day challenge inside of our Legacy Speaker community. And I am fired up. I'm fired up with the VIP trainings that we've had where we had Q&A sessions with some awesome people who decided to spend extra time with me. And I shared a recent post on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, because of comments that I was receiving from, hey, I'm going to start using this feature a little bit more. From comments that I've been receiving on a recent Facebook post that I made yesterday, and I just want to get up here and really just give y'all some real talk right now. I can't tell you the number of times I keep hearing the same thing over and over and over and over again. It's really, truly a broken record. So I want you to know that I hear you, I see you, and I understand. Some of you are questioning right now, is speaking really even worth it? And let me give you 2 to 3 reasons why I feel like people ask that question. The first reason is most of us get into speaking because we love the rush, we love the endorphins and all those things that kind of come up in us after we've educated someone. They get it and they understand. And especially when we feel seen, right? And when we are in a place where we feel like people are finally hearing the message that you have to share. Type a 1 in the chat if you know what that feeling is like. So that gets us saying, oh, I want to do this more. I got to do it, right? But what happens is we are excited about that, but then we come into speaking and we think that it's just simply putting yourself out there and automatically you'll get paid. Speaking is a form of marketing. Speaking is an amazing way to connect with people on a heart level. But the second reason why people often are struggling with understanding speaking is they come in with no strategy, no support, no structure. And they fall into the difficulties of what I call the corporate host syndrome, where you start speaking on any and every topic. This is the type of person that goes out and they say, hey, can you do a talk on cutting grass? Absolutely. Hey, can you do a talk on how to drive a truck? Yep. Hey, can you do a talk on why the sun is as hot as it is? I don't know. Okay. Name it, you will be there. You do any and everything to go out there and be seen and heard. So what happens is we get people who are saying, well, is it really worth it? It is worth it, but you came into it willy-nilly, right? So it's okay when you're experimenting. It's okay when you're going out there and you're like, oh, let me just see if I really like this or not. But it's not okay when you say, this is how I'm going to represent my business. This is how I'm going to represent my brand. And then you do nothing to support it by creating structure that's necessary for a business to support speaking. Type a 2 in the chat if you want to get paid more for speaking. Let me know. Okay. Because that is a number 1 complaint or question. I want to be paid more. Where are the paid speaking gigs? Why can't I find the paid speaking gigs? The fact of the matter is, statistically, there are thousands of events happening every single day. Many of them will be unpaid. So how is it that we see these people in some of these speaker organizations rocking it out, closing $500,000 deals, going out there and having a flourishing business with speaking and training? Because they are no longer seeing speaking as just an opportunity. They see it as an art. They're taking the time to study it. They're taking the time to perfect their craft. They've also taken the time to create the systems and the structure to support speaking for a business. Now, I want to ask y'all, have you honestly taken the time to build that in your business right now or in your brand so that you can go out there and shake it more on stages? And tell the truth. Tell the truth. And I'm going to tell you that most of you are going to say to me, you know what? I really haven't. Most of you are going to say, oh, yeah, I really want to go out there and speak more. I really want to. I want to get paid. But every day I'm seeing kittens and dogs and llamas on your social media page. Ain't nothing about speaking. So let's truly get honest on why your speaking hasn't led to more opportunities or deals. And the honest to God reason for most of us on why we struggle with the idea of speaking and actually going forth and making something out of it is a fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear in general. A lot of us are scared to get visible. A lot of us are scared to go out there and pitch our services. If you looked at my social media today, someone asked, how do I get more speaking gigs? My question to you is, did you pitch yourself? Because if you're not in here in these streets where you have millions of followers and everybody knows about you, you are putting yourself out there or not putting yourself out there where people can even understand the amazing solution you can provide for them or the amazing story that you have. So is speaking worth it? Absolutely. But many of you, when you got dust bunnies running up in your bank account, okay, having a good old party. I've been there. And we are going about our speaking without strategy, without support, having no clue how to even run a business with speaking. We all over the place, maybe falling into the trap of being a corporate hoe. You get resentful. You get resentful because you keep doing speaking gigs, right? That may be free with no strategy, no systems, no structure to even support it. So you have no clue how even to monetize a free gig. And so it leaves you to a place of, is it really worth it? It is worth it. It is worth it. Because there's not one marketing strategy out there that you can actually go out there and have the undivided attention for 50, 100, 200, 300, 500 of your potential clients and leads for your own business. There's nothing like it, and get paid to do it. Many people waste thousands of dollars with no strategy on Facebook ads. They have more faith in Facebook ads than their own ability to tell their own story and be able to share it and impact the hearts of the audiences that are actually listening. So my question to you is, do you believe you truly provide value in the lives of individuals? Are you convinced of it? Go ahead and type value in the chat. If you are convinced that the work that you do is transformative and that it's going to impact the lives of people that are going to hear your message. Being convinced of that is often what's needed to even start the process of getting more visible, of finding more opportunities, of shooting your shot to land more of the gigs. The fact of the matter is, when it comes to your work, It's valuable. It is valuable. But to the general population, we have to uplevel our market value. At the end of the day, this is business, people. And many people are concerned about what's in it for them. That is the reality. Diminish, it doesn't diminish your God-given right to success. It doesn't diminish your God-given right to share your message. But we got to take the emotion out of it. And we have to think about the fact that if we can't package our expertise in a way that makes sense to the general public, we'll never get the opportunity to help set others free. And we can't keep thinking that speaking or setting up the structure in your business to support it is a luxury. It's not a luxury. It's actually very profitable. Hence the reason why my fee will be the fee. I had a client come to my workshop, my Legacy Speaker Live Tour workshop, and the most I've charged for this is $1,697. And this person was able to get clarity on their expertise and use that information that I gave and close out a high 5-figure, nearly 6-figure contract with that clarity, with that structure, with the packaging of their expertise. So sometimes, y'all, it's just a matter of saying enough is enough. And when that time comes, cool, right? But for some of y'all that have been doing this for years on years on years on years, you know there's a desire. But sometimes the fear isn't about, is it really worth it? The fear is, do I truly want to make this type of money? The fear is, do I really honestly believe and am I truly convinced that what it is that I have to share is important? Or that you have a God-given right to share it? That's where the fear is. That's where it shows up. It shows up like that in so many crazy ways. So before you run up into another daggone Facebook group and ask, how can I find more paid speaking gigs? Ask yourself, have I done the work to create a signature talk? Have I done the work enough to amplify my brand and understand the clear message that I'm sharing? Have I proven my market value in that way? Or am I just saying, I just want to get paid? Because there's multiple ways that you can get paid through speaking. And when I talk about speaking, I'm talking beyond keynotes. I didn't start my career with keynotes. I started my career with continuing education courses. Then I moved into keynotes. Then I moved into workshops. I don't care the method in which you're going to be using your speaking and training. It's all the same. My methodology works for all of those things. But the fundamental aspect of people not creating space to do the foundational work is leaving you broke. And here's the thing that really irks me. This is what really irks me, is that I get into spaces where I have the opportunity to talk to amazing professionals. And oftentimes when I'm in these spaces, none of these amazing professionals in the speaking world look like me. Let me say that again. When I get into these spaces, what really irks me is you get into awesome conversations with people that are leveraging speaking in amazing ways. And oftentimes, many of them do not look like me. It's very rare to even find a speaker consultant that looks like me. I'm starting to see more of them pop up, and I'm like, yes, melanin. But what frightens me is that when we look at some of these higher 6-figure contracts, these licensing deals that are being done through speaking and training, these awesome opportunities that are happening for people who are using their voice. They don't come often from the BIPOC communities. And that to me is scary, because I know that when we have the economic bandwidth, right, we have the capital, we can make serious changes and impact in our communities. But we lack the knowledge. We lack the systems and we lack the structure. And we continue to think speaking is a luxury only for these type of people. And I'm telling you today, it is not. It is a beautiful place where you can take your brilliant ideas, your expertise, package it in a way and let it make money for you even when you're not there. That's a sweet spot of speaking. That is a sweet spot of speaking that I am teaching my mastermind group. That's where we want to go. And we're trying to make legacy-driven decisions to take our proprietary process to the next level. These are the conversations that we should be having. So is it worth it? Absolutely. But are you willing to do the work? That's what it boils down to. Are you willing to take the time? Are you willing to say, I'm going to bet on myself because I know my methods, my expertise is going to change lives? Are you willing to say that? Because when I first started my speaking career, I got one gig, I got another opportunity, and then it was crickets. And I had emailed out over 50 emails to people that were event organizers, and only one person, I'll never forget, only one person replied, and it was a no. And they only replied because they met me a few months prior at an event. Legacy Scalar Consulting Firm would not be here today if I wasn't convinced that the message I had to share was worth it. That was in 2016. The work that I do here today would not be here if I allowed no's and if I allowed the hard work to pull me away. Speaking in your business is not made overnight. It takes consistency. It takes strategy. It takes the right packaging of your messaging. And you literally have to plant seeds continuously. Go ahead and type seeds in the chat for me. We have to plant seeds consistently on the work that we're doing. So I want you to pump the brakes the next time you write inside of a Facebook group or on your page, I need more paid speaking gigs. And I want you to ask yourself, have I taken the time to structure my messaging appropriately? Have I taken the time to get my structure together in my business to even support it? Because if I gave you a 10K opportunity right now to speak, would you truly be ready? Would you truly be ready? Would you truly be ready to shut it down? And then have the ability to convert those who have businesses, convert the 300, 400, 500 people that may potentially be in that room. Can you do that right now? Most of us aren't there yet, and that is okay. It doesn't mean that we can't share our message, but we can't keep thinking that speaking is a luxury, because then you're going to start questioning, is speaking worth it? It is. But it's just like any leg of your business. It's a powerful marketing tool. It's an amazing way for you to transform lives. How do I know? Every single time I've spoken and shared my personal topics people have shed tears, not because of tears of sadness, but of breakthroughs. Breakthroughs through the information that I'm sharing. You can leverage paid or free gigs to take your business to the next level, but you have to be set up to do that. You have to be set up to do that. So the first step for some of y'all that are like, I want to take it to the next level, get your talks together. Figure out what the heck your talks are. Figure out who is you. Who you is. Because if you stand for nothing, you are really, truly are going to mean nothing to the audience and event organizers. What's your area of expertise? What's your topic? Who will benefit most from your topic? That's what we were talking about in our challenge this week. We got to the bare bones foundation first. Any person that I have friends who are 7-figure business owners. I have friends who are multiple 6-figure business owners. I'm a multiple 6-figure business owner. I have people who are just on the cusp of getting their first, 6 figures in their business. Every single one of them has created systems and structure. They have created systems and structure. That system and structures allows them to sell their offers. It's the same concept for speaking. The reality is most of you want to have your ears tickled, and that's okay, right? You're exploring, you're researching, you're checking things out. Feel free and join the Legacy Speaker community when we host our free challenges, when we host our online trainings. It ain't no fluff. We get into the nitty gritty, but we're getting to the parts that you want to avoid right now, which is really truly setting up a foundation to benefit with speaking. We're in a rush. But the foundation needs to be set in order for you to scale your legacy through the podium. And that's the work that we do here at the Legacy Scaler Consulting Firm. So if you know that you are in a place where you want to up-level your speaking skills, as you can see on the banner, the Legacy Speaker Academy is open. It starts in January, and we're going to help you gain confidence in your speaking, but also refine those talks so you're not looking crazy out here in these streets. But for some of y'all, you have businesses. You may be in the 6-figure range already. You may be close to 7 figures, but you haven't taken the time to really create the sales cycle, the funnel, to even use speaking appropriately in your business. And I'm going to encourage you to join our mastermind, which has open enrollment. So I put those particular links up there. And I am going to encourage you and invite you to join us. We just served our 100th client. We're on our way to 1,000 professionals. And our goal is to make sure that we get as many individuals sharing their voice and their story on stage, but most importantly, leveraging, building scalable income through speaking. And that only comes through building your confidence, setting up the foundation necessary to support it, and then amplifying your brand, your market value in your industry. All right, y'all, that's it. Go ahead and type in the chat. The work doesn't end here. The work doesn't end here. The work doesn't end here. Type that in the chat, y'all. And I hope that today you do something towards your speaking goals. Pitch yourself or share about your services, because we're not guaranteed another day of life. So let's make every second count. See ya.